After Jennifer has a chance. Also, we don't think you need moral support, we're really nice in this. Oh, no, I mean, oh, no. I would say that.
Oh, hey. I think Councilman Espinal wants to joke that I was gonna try to run against him. I'm like, no chance. No. Lord knows.
I have to tell you. I really told one of those. So I feel like that would
You not. You are all safe.
Okay, let's get started. We'll go to yay, okay. Welcome to the special committee on the environment resiliency. I'm Councilwoman Sue Vanderwall, Ward 3, chair of the committee. Please call the roll.
Chair Vanderwall, I am here. Vice Chair Sanchez. Councilman Espinal is absent. Councilor Roy.
Present.
We have 3 present, 1 absent. We have a quorum.
Excellent. Could we please, I want to recognize the solicitor's office here, amazing, and our new member of the solicitor's office, Mary, is here joining us, our amazing clerks, and also Miguel from our policy staff, yay. So thank you all for being here. Can you please read item number 1 into records?
An ordinance and amendment of chapter 12 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Providence entitled Health and Sanitation as amended to add Article 7, gas powered lawn equipment.
Awesome. And folks, you have an amendment in front of you. Can someone make a motion to substitute this? But what is there a specific thing I have to say there? Is there a motion to substitute?
To substitute the ordinance.
Substitute.
So.
Excellent. Motion by Councilor Sanchez, second by Councilor Roy, all in favor? Any opposed? Excellent. Awesome. So we're going to talk about the gas powered lawn equipment ordinance and the substitution you have in front of you. I just wanted to walk through what the changes were before we vote. I know we've had a chance to talk about it. I also wanted to publicly express gratitude to all the advocates who came out to our public hearing that happened this spring. We had so much testimony, written and verbal, and also further gratitude to both RINLA and the advocates for this who met with me several times over the summer to really try and find where we could meet in the middle. And again, while I am really committed to phasing out the use of gas powered leaf blowers for all the reasons that we've discussed, we also really don't want to harm Rhode Island small businesses. And so while I totally understand that the preference, I'm just going to say publicly, I know from the landscapers, is to not have it phase out, I really did try to address some of their largest concerns while honoring the intention to phase out. So I just wanted to walk through some of the changes I made to try and honor the challenges of being a small business in Rhode Island while still moving forward with this phase out of gas leaf blowers. So the 4 things I want to flag are: we clarified the definition of what leaf blower is. So this only pertains to leaf blowers that are powered by internal combustion engines that use gas or other different fuels. We took out the leaf vacuum and other leaf gathering devices because that made it really broad and included things that we didn't need to necessarily phase out. The amendments are in this like orangey color, that it's like the last one. Let's see. We also restricted the phase out of, so the phase out begins with just an allowance for using gas leaf blowers during a certain time of the year. So it's starting in 2027, I believe, and double check, I'm not like that. Gas leaf blowers can only be used during the fall. So there's like certain dates carved out. What I heard from the landscapers was that the equipment just now is not powerful enough for our autumn time. And so giving them a little bit of limited time to use the more powerful equipment, and then the use of the currently less powerful electric equipment during other times of the year was a preference. And so I tried to honor that to allow the use of it for a period of time, but not the whole year. And then the 2 other things. One is that the fines are actually on on the property owner, not the company. So it's meant to say that if somebody is using a gas, and that's to clarify both that this pertains to regular people using gas blowers in their own homes. And also folks who are using, services. So not everyone who's hiring a service, it also pertains to just the regular people. And so like, if it's just a regular person that's in business to find, so it's the fines on the property owner for contracting with this company. And we did clarify with RINLA and folks who use leaf blowers that like, there's no reason that, like they can't also just use like if the service hasn't yet bought a gas leaf blower, like if I have a landscape business and I haven't yet had the opportunity to buy a gas leaf blower, but you contract with me, you have an electric leaf blower, I can use your equipment at your house, there's no like issue. So that was like a thing for them, just like, there it is. And then, also I did have conversations with the Office of Energy Resources to share with them the concerns and challenges that that RINLA members had, RINLA's American Landscape Association had accessing the state incentive program, and they have made changes to the state incentive program for electric leaf blowers, to hopefully make it something that people can actually apply. So tried to make those changes, tried to still do the phase out while honoring the requests of the businesses. I know that their ultimate request is to not do this, but this is important to do from my perspective. Gas leaf blowers we already talked about this at the last meeting, but are incredibly toxic for the environment, really bad for greenhouse gases. Also just really bad for blowing things around and getting in people's lungs, and the sound of the gas ones is really bad for folks who are working from home or just in their houses. So I hope I can have your support on this, and happy to answer any questions. Or you can just like motion.
I do not have any motions. I just definitely want to applaud your due diligence in working with so many stakeholders to get to the point where we are. You know, this topic, you know, when you see it in the news or on social media, it definitely gets a lot of interest and speculation. But as currently written, I think this is something that we should all be supporting and definitely moving our city in the right direction. So much gratitude to you,
Thank you,
Chairperson.
I have a comment and then a question,
Yeah.
Chair, regarding the program at the state level.
Yeah.
But I shared similar sentiments. I think I appreciate the accommodations you made as much as you could. And I know the sentiment is probably not to go for phase out, as you said, but I do appreciate all of the thought behind this and trying to understand the issues of small business owners. But how this is laid out in the amendment, I fully support it. If I could just explore a bit more, you had said that there's recent changes to the state program.
Yeah.
Could you talk more about that?
Yeah, I can share a little bit about that. So the state program, the councilman, but I met senators earlier, and Rep. Boylan had advocated for a program of $250,000 at the state level to support the transition for businesses to go from gas-fired leaf blowers to electric leaf blowers, and the feedback that and it was undersubscribed. And so Rep. Boylan worked really hard, shout out to Rep. Boylan, for to get them to reinstate it for the next fiscal year, because it's supposed to sunset on June 30, and she worked really hard with the Office of Energy and her colleagues in the General Assembly to get it extended, so the money would still be there. And my understanding from working with talking with the landscapers was that the amount of money you could only get like one extra battery or something. It just like wasn't really working for the businesses for the amount of paperwork and process you had to do. And so my understanding is it kind of like streamlined the processes and kind of relaxed the rules a little bit. So it's not just for nursery and landscape businesses, but also municipalities and nonprofits now can also apply. So if you're like, I'm not going to name specific nonprofit because I don't know. Like, if you're a nonprofit who does work that requires a leaf blower, you know, like whatever, you now can apply for this program as well as a way to try and like make it something that's more broadly applicable. So it was good. Yeah. I hope that we can see more programs to help folks transition, because there is like you do have to change that equipment. The part of the reason the full phase out is until 2033 is to give folks that time to phase out their equipment and not make them like replace something they just bought. I know a lot of advocates wanted to phase out to be like immediately, and we're trying to like make sure it's something folks can do without being.
Thank you.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted a question on, in 12-134, I see that that maybe something just didn't get changed. Because I see January 1, 2020 in the top paragraph, and then it goes down to 2027.
Oh, thank you for flagging that. Yeah, it's supposed to be 2027, so that is, Claire, how do we fix that next? Are you reporting that?
Yeah, to make, a motion to amend it
Okay.
to say January 1, 2027.
Okay, thank you. That was a mistake. Can I have a motion to amend that to January 1, 2027?
So moved.
Second.
On favor? Awesome. Thank you. Great. Well, if there's no further questions or comments, is there a motion to, is there a motion?
Motion to approve item 1 as amended.
Awesome. Motion in second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Yay, motion passes. Okay, item number 2, could we please read item number 2 for the record?
An ordinance and amendment of chapter 23 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Providence entitled Streets, Sidewalks, and Public Places as amended to change Article 1, Section 23 through 35 relating to utility permits.
Awesome. Do we have to enter this, thing from Verizon into the record?
You can enter it as an exhibit.
Okay, can I have a motion to enter, this thing from Verizon into the record as exhibit 1?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. Great, so for this one, we had planned to vote on this tonight. Our amazing policy director, Erin Easter Gardner, is working through a few additional amendments based on like late conversations we had with some folks yesterday. And so, I would request, a motion to, continue.
Motion to continue item 2.
Second.
Excellent, motion made second, all in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna continue that. I would follow up with the date for October for the meeting, so we can continue to move on that. But watch the time, I'll follow up with you. In October. Can we please read item 3 into the agenda, and I'll go grab the public box.
Public comment.
Nice. Did everybody sign in? Great. How about Darren? If you could state your name for the record, we have it written down. If you could state your name and then say whatever you want to say.
Okay.
You're welcome to sit, stand, whatever makes you happiest.
Thank you. My name is Darren Anderson. Good evening, Chairperson and Andrew Wong, and members of the committee. I'm Senior Director of Construction and Plan, Conservation. Based here in Rhode Island, I oversee construction operations in the Northeast in various other states where we have customers. Here are all our brief comments of the proposed ordinance of the amendment of chapter 23 of the Code of Ordinances entitled Streets, Sidewalks, and Public Places. Action is the council's goal to minimize disruption to the residents of this during any essential utility, right? That's the priority. Many of the practices outlined in proposing the ordinance, such as detail and schedule and notification, are already standard practices within the commons, right? However, some of the proposed requirements that change the permit process to create significant operational changes. There's unintended delay connections, service restoration, important other network upgrades, ultimately harming very customers we all want that. We're committed to collaborating the permitting framework and the balanced community with operational feasibility, just to ensure that we have a process that's can move together. Really, and just respectfully request that we review any elements in the framework that we can just make it so that operational feasibility forward.
That's great, thank you. Appreciate your comments and welcome to City Hall for the first time.
First off,
Glad to have you here. Andrea.
Oh, hi, my name is Andrea.
Okay.
And I am a member of Providence. I am the Maryland.
Oh, great, you have a public comment? Oh, yay, welcome, yay, we're glad to have you. Grant, are you with us?
no,
It's been a long day, I know. It's your turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Here to read. You want to go on the agenda. you're aware. One is total, of the same thing, one of the same thing. Way down the state. One of the, proposal to like that, to gather up everybody's entitlement and tax bill, grind them up into the programs and reissue brand new entitlement and tax. And the argument is that, well, we got better recycling. Now, we've had a lot of recycling here a long time, probably. And 10 years ago, when we transitioned from the green bin and the blue bin to what they call single stream recycling. Oh, mixed recycling. I mean, think, oh, mixed recycling, I didn't know that happened. Yeah, right. Well, mixed recycling, maybe that. Motion, not that. But anyway, that was when we started talking about, it's an outdoor recycling. So now, instead of getting the word out. Hand us, knocking the doors, pulverize everybody with supplementary fashion. And, as an environmentalist, that is not step one. That'll be step 4 or 5, or step 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's number one. Number two. Many of you heard me say before, I find the environmental, so how do the categories? Airport, waterport, land use and zoning, transportation, energy, and resources, recovery, and recycling. In the grant, I advocated all 6 and I put plan after entering the resources and 3 minutes. In the category 1 of 3 is transportation. I'm gonna say 2 words, you know what I'm talking about. One of you heard me say it before, but Airbnb, it's so. The bridge. A year and a half ago, we were told that the bridge needed work. Well, not the walking bridge. I'm getting my ass. 2 months later, we were told this bridge needs so much work.
And Greg, normally public comment is pertaining to the things that are on the agenda, so if you could keep it short,
Well-
because many of us have heard this.
I understand that, but you know, we've been doing the environment. This is
Yeah.
so important in this category. We're not talking about. How it's not, it's on the big box. Anyway, 2 months later, we were told the bridges and such, this repair needs to be demolished and replaced. Right now, we have 3 traveling going in each direction. What will the replacement highway bridge get us? 1 extra lane. Each direction for a fraction of the. How much? $250 million. But a lot of money to me. When we enacted environmental law back in the 70s, we created EIS, environmental exit. You would have thought that if the same project was going to cost more than a certain amount of money, we would have had EIS format. Around pretty kind of guy, the number would have been $100 million. But I think we didn't do that, because we're not doing EIS. We should. Both of the EIS look at. Look at proposed action, we look at this. No action, so let's make it work. Alternative, my alternative, rail. Not just rail from Providence to East Providence. Rail from Providence to East Providence, out of Riverside, Barrington, Warren, Bristol, what's the building in Newport? I don't know if they're going to be that, we sent downtown Providence, downtown Newport, I mean.
Frank, you have 30 seconds left.
I'll give you 45.
Nope.
If we were starting from scratch, that'd be big dollar. But we're not starting from scratch. 3 most expensive components of that. I've already got 2 last week. We need 2 bridges, we got 1, over the sea river. The other one we have to build, on over the connecting this and the. And the most expensive component. I thought, the tunnel. On the east side of the power circle, and guess what, we got it, and it's in good shape. And so we need EIS, a little alternative, firmly with more information, we have better decisions to make, let's get the data. Let's get the economic impact, let's get the cost differential between the 2 scenarios, we can sit down and have a total conversation, and then decide how we're best to spend our tax dollars. Here we are in the era of climate change.
That was a full minute, Frank.
And
Grant, your time is up.
Transportation sector is recognized as contributing the greatest amount of carbon emissions in Rhode Island, 40%.
Kevin, adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, George,
Second.
Thank you, all in favor?
Uh,
Meeting's adjourned. Grant, we gave you